Hey guys. Get in here, please. Get in here. How y'all doing? Come on and sit down. Come on, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. I hope everybody's doing good. This is a beautiful Wednesday. I needed a day. I needed one. Because you know, the RHOA people had me tired. I needed a day to like gather my thoughts, So we back because apparently we got more mess. So real quick, this is the synopsis. This is what we up against today. Ooh. Somebody sent me a pack of pens. Thank you. I got pens. I can write more notes. Ooh, hold on. Notebook to write more notes. I'm ready. Okay. I'm just excited. So I wanted to share it with you. Okay. So today, what we got to cover, we're going to have a little bit of a talk about Jackie Christie and her little disrespectful daughter. We're going to have a little talk about it. Because we just have to. So we're going to have a little talk about that. We're going to have a little talk, a little chit chat, about Riley too. We need Riley off that show, and we're going to talk about what we're seeing and what's been going on with that situation, right? Jay-Z and that case of that young man saying that was his daddy, we got a whole lot to get into with that, because that, I'm going to say this, some of us ain't surprised. Some of y'all probably are surprised, and I saw some crazy people online, reaching and twisting themselves into a whole, sailor's knot, trying to find a way that it ain't what it is. Okay, so we're going to talk about that, and we're going to go over the article concerning that with the details that likely led to the outcome we got. What I did not have on my bingo card was Tyson Beckford. Oh, Tracy Lashley, thank you so much for the cash up, sis. That's my first support of the whole day. I love you, sis. Thank you. I love you. And let's see. All right, Paige got her crown back. All right, making sure I ain't missing nothing. Thank you, Tracy Lashley. So, what I'm finna tell y'all. What you call it? Let me send a heart now so I don't forget. Tyson Beckford versus Wendy Williams was not on my bingo card. I didn't see that one coming at all. And it's some old stuff. It's some old beef. That has been rehashed. The beef has been rehashed. They done put it in the microwave. Tyson don't really care, what condition Wendy's in. The beef is still hot. He's got his hot sauce on the table by his plate. And we're going to dive into it. We're going to dive right on into it, because that's the only thing we can do. Okay? I don't know anything else that we can do about it. I mean, if there is, please feel free to let me know, because I'm not aware of what we can do about it. I'm not aware. Oh, baby. And when I say we got things to get into with Jackie Christie, we have things to get into. We do. We have things to get into. So we're going to, get into all of that. Let me make sure we haven't left any of our family on Instagram out of what's going on. So while we're getting them, let me greet y'all and see how y'all are doing. Those of you on Instagram, hey now. Y'all gonna come on over to YouTube. We got to talk about, the Jackie Christie of it all, Wendy Williams versus Tyson. We got to get into them people attacking Riley Burruss back to back. Hey, we're on YouTube. Come on in. Come on to YouTube. Hey, boo, we on YouTube. Y'all come on in. Please come to YouTube. We want to see you. We got to get into all of that. I got a couple of other things to drop on y'all too. So, don't let it get past you, because I'm not going to. So y'all come to YouTube. We talking. We getting into it. Okay. All right. Miss Thelma, thank you for being like number one. Paige got her crown back. All right, girl. All right. Who else we got up in here? Trying to make sure we got everybody. Got to make sure we got everybody. I don't know what's going on. What is going on? Okay. There we go. Magdalene Lamar, thank you for being like number 3. Bianca the Beautiful is on the porch. And she is keeping the chat safe. Happy Wednesday to everybody. My girl, Miss Gardner, is here. Hey, Miss Gardner. And she's like number 5. Quiet Storm 87 is like number 6. Okay, how you doing? Good to see you. We love you. How is our princess? Tracy Lashley, who gave me my first support of the whole day, is here. Hey, Tracy. Instagram folks, y'all come on over to YouTube if you're not here already. Thank you for being like number 8. Auntie Eva is like number 9. We're happy to have you here. Thank you, ma'am. We love you. Lulu's little girl is number 12. Peanut is number 14. Y'all come on in, hit the like button. Make sure you use your engagement button on the bottom right-hand side. Circle with the heart emoji. Send up my bubbles. You know I'm sensitive. I'm going to need that. And I don't want to have to stop to do Duolingo. We got a lot to cover, okay? Got a lot to cover. I don't think y'all want to talk about comparing food items and ordering food and stuff today in Chinese. But if you do, let me know. Brandon Martin, hey. You appreciate the thumbnail of Jackie smacking the piss out that little slick mouth daughter of hers? Yes, the nerve of that girl. Happy Wednesday. And thank you for being like number 13. I'm with you. I had to use it. I need that on a t-shirt, a flag. We need it on a bumper sticker to put on the back of cars. Hey, Miss Sparkle. Y'all, this is our resident Mary Kay lady. If you need your satin lips, if you need your time wise for your skin, if you need satin hands because your hands feel like number 10 sandpaper, this is the lady you need to talk to. And periodically, hopefully, she'll run her link through the chat so y'all can get y'all's Mary Kay. She's prompt. She get her stuff to you quick. And even the stuff that's discontinued, sometimes she can still find it. So hit Miss Sparkle and get what you need. She quick and she do her thing, okay? That's right. Hit your like number, put your like number in the chat because the like lottery is in full effect. As long as I don't have to beg for likes, the lottery is in effect. Fatima, thank you for being number 15. I love you back, gorgeous. All right, Miss Lovely T is number 19. Number 19. Hey, girl. Happy Wednesday. I'm going to go ahead and end the Instagram. And those people on Instagram just going to have to come over here with us, okay? Because I'm holding that phone and it's hurting my knuckles. Thank you for being number 19. Happy to be happy. Happy Wednesday. I didn't think you were going to make it. Make sure you hit the like button. Delicia Dismute, thank you for being 23. My girl, Diva 2. What's up, Duval? What's up, Miss 904? Thank you for being number 20. Thank you for being number 24. Happy to be happy. D Crazy DS is here. She's going to run that reflection corner. And I know today we going to need it. I know y'all. Today we're going to need that reflection corner. Thank you for being number 23. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Renee 6. Girl, where you been? We love you. We're so happy to have you. Missed you, girl. All right. Amanda K. That's my girl. That's my girl. Love my dogs too. That's my sis. Hey, what's going on? We miss you. I miss you when you're not around. I'm glad to see you, sis. We love you. Glad you made it. Thank you so much, Renee, for being like number 29. Y'all come on in and get comfortable. Seanitra Howard, that's my boo. She number 30. How you doing? Jai Star with her crazy self, and I love her so. She's number 15. Amanda K. I have definitely been slapped for less. I have never in my life put my fingertips on my mom. Not ever. You could not have paid me to put my hands on my mother, other than to take care of her when she couldn't take care of herself. That is the most that's the most I could have ever done, was to put my hands on my mama to take care of her when she couldn't take care of herself. You couldn't have paid me. We're going to talk about that little disrespectful cow. No, trust me. Trust me. We're gonna talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Yes, we are. Oh, Tamika Graham, thank you for being number 33. Okay. Malaya Lachelle, hey, gorgeous. Thank you for being 34. I appreciate you. That's my Yanni. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Hit the like button, girl. All right. I appreciate you, Tracy. And listen, y'all don't even know. It be the smallest things that'll, pick you up sometimes. You need a pick-me-up. Because sometimes you have to expel a lot of energy to support other people, and it can get tough. So little stuff, you never know how to touch somebody's heart. Oh, love my dogs too. That's my sis. She sent me a cash app. That's so sweet. Oh, y'all, it's the one with the picture. Wait, I had to unplug. It's the one with the picture. Thank you, sis. Let me send a heart back to my sister. I appreciate that. Let me plug back in. Where's the thing so I can send a heart? Let me do it. Okay. Can I send a heart? It's not letting me do it on the picture this time. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know. I'm trying to send a heart, Pat, but I love you. I send a heart on the phone. Love my dogs too. Love you, girl. Thank you. All right. We got Nina GZ in the house. I appreciate you. Thank you for being number 37. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Riley getting her very public Negro wake up call. Yeah. And I don't like it. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't like it. I feel like there's another way for her to learn without them people being abusive to her, because the way they're treating Riley is abusive. And I'm not comfortable. I'm feeling very uncomfortable, actually. Extremely uncomfortable. Super uncomfortable. Hey, blessed woman of God. Happy Wednesday. Good to see you. All right. One who cares in the house. Yeah, y'all come on, get comfortable. So who y'all want to talk about first? Adrian Marie, thank you for being number 47. Y'all, please make sure y'all remember, if you curse in my chat, to misspell the words. At least give me that much respect if you don't mind, because I do. Okay? Make sure you give me that much respect. I appreciate that. Okay? Also, hold on. Also, make sure y'all are greeting everybody. No bickering, arguing, or disrespect of any kind in my chat is ever going to be tolerated. We don't behave like that over here because there's no reason for it. Mo, thank you for being number 49, sis. Good to see you, as always. All right. Okay. And one of our sisters is hanging in the skybox. She don't feel like typing, but you know who you are, sis. We love you. We're supporting you. Those of you who are in Discord, y'all know what we got going on as a family, as the royal family. So y'all know who we are already in prayer for. Our sister is here. She can't type, but we love you, girl. We praying for you. God is able. It's nothing he can't do, and you stronger than you know you are. Just know that. Jai Star, thank you so much for the super sticker, sis. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. So much. You're welcome. You're welcome. Make sure you run that link through the chat. Y'all make sure you support our moderators. They're here to keep the chat safe for you. These are lovely ladies. This is Bianca, our head archangel, and she's hitting y'all with the Mary Kay link if you need to get your essentials so you can keep your skin fresh and so clean. Because we don't like to be girls that can't leave the house without a face full of makeup. Thank you for activating your bubbles. I appreciate it. My sweet, good to see you. So listen, y'all. Well, who y'all want to talk about first? Aries Son, thank you for being number 56. Oh, and if this is your first time here, please let us know by saying first time in the chat or FTL for first time live, so we can welcome you personally and individually, because we're happy to have you here. Okay. Nina got her snacks ready for the corner. So you already planning to go to the corner. This is why I can't win. Hey, Pris B, thank you for being 57. Brooklyn Queen for you. Thank you for being 55. It's my girl, Black Honeybees. Where you been? What you been up to, girl? Thank you for being number 57. I'm glad to see you. You and Rochelle. That's what's up. Peanut said, you told me to pop you one time and I couldn't do it. Her daughter is sick. Yes, I sure did. She was young too. And she couldn't do it. She ain't had it in her. And that's when I knew I raised her right. Okay. So I remember my mother said I would slap you in the next week. And I say in the clip. Hey, Black Smile, thank you for being 61. Yeah, I just couldn't do that. I could never do that. I could never. Listen, y'all don't know how much I love this lady right here. She don't get to come around a lot because she be working, but I love this lady. Okay, you want to get on Tyson and Wendy first. Well, then let's get into it then. Let's go and get into Tyson and Wendy. Hey, Ashley Kane. How you doing? All right. So listen, everybody, y'all get comfortable. We're about to share the screen because we got to see exactly what was said. Oh, I love y'all for sure. Ashley's number 65. Y'all keep hitting that like button. Yeah, that wasn't cool that they got televised, Just Star. I agree with you. Sweet Beloved is here. She's 67. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. We're glad to have you. Ishelle, hey, gorgeous. Thank you for being number 68. Did I see my Christian Key in here and I done missed her? Where's my Christian Key? There she is. How are you? We love you. We do. This is another one of my lovely moderators. Hey, Sabra, hit that like button. Hit the like button. We're getting ready to share the screen so we can get into Wendy Williams versus Tyson Beckford. This is the matchup nobody was waiting on. Miss Dogan, to you. That's my girl. She's number 69. Hey, sis. So good to see you. Okay, so let's pull this up. Let's pull it up. Let's get into it. Mercy, mercy me. Y'all, I can't even believe that this is the year of our Lord, 2025, in the month of July on the 23rd day, when we find out that Wendy Williams and Tyson Beckford has very much to still have an activated beef. And even if it's one-sided, very much have an activated beef. So yeah, let's go ahead and get on into it. Let me get my notebook. Like Chrisette Michelle, I'm all in my notebook. Inside your name. Let's get into it. I can't believe this is really going on. This is really what's happening. But we're here, and this is really what's happening. I really, y'all, it's days like this when I feel like, hey, E. Davis, hey, Lisa Gordon, y'all hit the like button. It's days like this when I feel like maybe I've lived too long. Because, it's things you just never thought you'd see. WD Rose, how you doing? Thank you for being number 77. Yes, Jastar. Yes, girl. Listen, turn your sound up. I'm going to make it as big as possible. And we just going to, deal with what has been placed before us, okay? Because this is what they gave us, and this is what we got.
My jersey been retired a long time ago.
Yeah, me
but
too, bro.
I wasn't no player. I didn't.
No,
But you Tyson Beckford.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. They put that label on you, and you stuck with it. Because there's only two labels they hit you with in the industry. One, you're either gay, or two, you're a playboy, or what's the third one? Oh, you just like white women. I dated like 3 white women my whole life, and then boom, I'm stuck with this title. Right. So another reason I got on the show was to try to kill all of that stuff right there. She's not around no more. She's not on radio no more, which we know.
Wendy Williams?
Yeah, that one started the rumor. I don't know why she started that rumor on me, but you know what? Karma hit your ass. Good for you.
God damn.
It's her birthday.
I'm not. Hey, no F's given. I'm gonna try not to swear.
Y'all haven't made her. Yeah, it's her birthday. Y'all celebrating her birthday this week and all that.
I don't give up.
Tyson said, I don't care.
And me and Tretch feel the same way. Her karma's come to her. You just talking people business, making up stuff. You know what I'm saying? Why? To get clout, radio? Nah, stop that.
You want to know what's interesting?
I called Kevin in the street one day. Yeah, Kevin, you don't want this.
Her ex-husband?
Yeah, and then he gonna call like all my Jamaican crew and say, "Yo, go done the boy." I'm saying,
what?
Becky? No, sir. I would brethren that.
Where you caught him at?
Caught him at the car wash.
In Jersey?
Yeah, buddy.
And what happened?
Had that Glock on me.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
Oh, I stay with it.
In the I stay with it. You used to do that back in the day too. I didn't know.
What the hell?
I stay with it. I got license for Jersey, license for New York. I got license for everywhere. I got about 6 of them.
My jersey been retired a long time ago.
Yeah, me too, bro.
I wasn't no player. I didn't know. But you Tyson Beckford.
Okay, so y'all heard what he said. Now, first I'm going to address what he said. Right? We got to address some stuff that's not quite accurate. Okay? Are we in agreement? Can we address what's not quite accurate? And then I'm going to address some of the backlash that he got for feeling how he felt. Because I think we got to have that conversation. Right? So first of all, we got to stop with the she started that rumor. We're going to stop with that first, because while Wendy is not my favorite person, while Wendy is not somebody I was ever a fan of, I didn't care for her behavior, her antics, and some of the things that she did. Most of the things that she did, if I'm being very honest. Even after she got on TV, I wasn't really a fan. But y'all know me, I support my sisters when things go wrong and I see people mistreating you simply for virtue of you being a Black woman. When you're under attack just because you are my sister, then I'm going to back you, even if I don't care for some of your behavior. You know, it's just, it is what it is, right? Because when you do something to a Black woman simply because she is a Black woman, I'm offended because I'm one too. And that's just what that is, right? But I don't care for Wendy, but y'all know how I am too. Whether I care for you or not, what's one thing Seanitra is never going to do on you, even if she don't like you? Put it in the chat. What's one thing that Seanitra is never going to do to you, even if she don't like you? If you've been around for 5 minutes, you know what that is. If you've been around for 5 minutes, you know what that is. Lie. I'm not going to lie on you. And I don't care how much I don't like you. I'm not going to lie on you. Okay? So boom. Let's keep it all the way funky. And then we're going to get to where he does have a bit of a leg to stand on. But I feel like even in you being upset, make sure you tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay? Now, Wendy Williams did not start that rumor. Okay? Now, Superhead put it in the book. Corinne Stevens put it in her book. She described in gruesome detail activities concerning him and another gentleman. And those were not the only ones. She also had information in her book where she was detailing an incident where she was out with Exhibit and they were hanging out with Puff, and Puff took them to what she said was a gay club. And, you know, they was both in shock because Puff started tongue kissing a dude. This is what she said. Now, that dude, does that mean that Corinne told the truth? No, it doesn't. Corinne Stevens' mouth ain't no prayer book. As we all know, her mouth has very much been a public toilet on many occasions. Okay? But Corinne Stevens put it in a book, and even she was not the first person to say it. Okay? Now, with that being said, we do not know whether he's also upset with Corinne Stevens. If he's upset with Wendy Williams, I would like to think that you would still be upset with Corinne Stevens as well, because she actually immortalized it on paper and sold it to as many people who as would buy the book, and a whole lot of people did. Okay. Now, if he and Corinne have had a conversation where Corinne Stevens has somehow taken accountability and said, hey, I knew that wasn't true and I said it, or whatever, or even if she saw something and she said, hey, I shouldn't have said it, or what, however, if those two have made amends, I don't know. And whether he's holding the same level of vitriol for Corinne as he does for Wendy, I don't know. But what we're not going to do is tell a lie. Wendy did not start that rumor. Some of us were alive back then, and we know what the truth was. We were alive when the rumors were floating, and they did not start with Wendy Williams, okay? What Wendy did do was she leaned on it real heavy. She put a lot of pressure on it. And with the size of her platform, her saying things, it was going to carry a lot further. And I'm going to go so far as to say, if that is not true about him, he has a right to be offended. He has a right to be offended. Hey, Cool Gamer. And I'm going to say this too. While that's true, multiple things can be true at the same time. He also did look like a cornball, talking about, oh, I saw him and at the car wash and I had the Glock on me. Yeah, like, first of all, the fact that you saw a grown man and you're also a grown man and you're bragging about having a firearm is corny as hell. Why do you need a firearm for another man? You were two grown men. You shouldn't have needed that. And the fact that you felt like bragging on that, it made you look corny. It actually made you look like what people have always said you were, Tyson. It made you look like exactly what people have always said you were. Now that we got that out the way, the other part of the conversation that we got to have, y'all, is that he has the right to be offended. And I want y'all to sit with that for a minute. Take it into your spirit. He has the right to be offended. He does. And I'm going to go a little bit further with you. When you offend someone, they do not owe it to you to ever forgive you. Y'all heard me? Because I'm going to say it again. I want you to take this in. This is very important. And I'm going to tell you why, but I want you to get this one first. When you offend somebody, I don't care how you offended them. When you offend someone, they are under no obligation to forgive you. They're not. We can sit up all day and like, oh, you got to forgive. And oh, no. If you're a Christian, you have to forgive because that's what you believe in. You don't know what somebody else's faith is. You don't know that that person's saved. So you can't say that they have to. They don't have to do anything. Even God gives people free will. Just like the person who offended you in the first place had free will whether to offend you or not. And just like you got free will after you offend somebody and they make you aware that you offended them, now you got free will whether to go to them and beg their pardon or not. But that person does not owe it to you to forgive you. They don't. They don't. Is it beautiful when people can forgive? Yes. Is it reparative? Is it healing? Yes. But that person is under no requirement to forgive you. They're not. And you know what else? We end up looking like big hypocrites when we don't police the offense, but we police the response. I'm going to say that one to you one more time too, because I want y'all to catch this. We end up looking like big hypocrites when we do not police the offense, but we break our ankles running to police the response. I don't care if you would not have responded that way. That was his offense. He was the one that was offended, and so that was his response. Did it sound nice? No. But he's entitled to how he feels and how he responds to an offense. Because that's between him and that person and his God, if he got one. I saw a lot of people online that, really had their panties in a bunch and they was real upset. Tyson nasty, you gonna do this and she's sick and blase squaze. Hey, I know people who were abused and different stuff and their abuser be on their deathbed, and the person like I still, would walk in there and push you off the hospital gurney and kick you across the floor. Would I do it? Probably not. But that ain't got nothing to do with how that person is feeling. And we got to stop that. Hey, Classic Quiller, thank you for being 91. We do this all the time. Black folks, we do this all the time. We do it all the time. We do it especially to Black women. I'm surprised he got that smoke. But we do it all the time. People will do horrible things to you, and the minute you respond, now you are the villain. We're not going to sit here and act like just because we are praying for our good sister Wendy Williams, and I know I've said prayers for her. I know some of y'all done said prayers for her because she's in a bad situation, and she's in a bad way right now. Hey, Linnell. But the facts are the facts. We can't sit here and pretend like sis did not offend a whole lot of people. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember Whitney Houston threatening to come up there and beat her tail at the radio station. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that. Put a 3 in the chat if you remember Judge Greg Mathis cussing her out by lying and telling people he was on dope. See, we can go on down the line. Wendy offended a lot of people, and y'all just got to be honest about that. Just because somebody gets sick or something, we may have as a community like forgiving them, like, hey, we gonna move on past it or whatever. We still gonna support you. We got love for you, but we cannot tell somebody else who they have offended that they don't have a right to feel how they feel. We can't do that. Like, that's like, honestly, that's some garbage behavior. Yes, when she sat up there and Method Man was offended at her because she went and told everybody that lady had cancer. So more than one thing can be true at the same time, y'all. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can support Wendy in the situation that she's in, but we can also be very honest about who Wendy has been and how many people she has actually offended with her behavior. We got to be real about this, because you can't really support a person without really knowing who you're supporting, because then you're not really supporting her. You're supporting an idea of her. Some revamped, revisionist version of this person. When I speak up in support of Wendy Williams, it is with full understanding and recollection of everything she's been. She offended Nene Leakes when she sat up there with Andy Cohen talking trash about that woman and her husband. She offended Nene, and Nene was her friend. This is the same person that Nene called and told her, girl, we filming, for her to turn around and get on the air like, oh, they didn't tell me they was filming. I was over there in the slum with those girls. The same Wendy that went and told everybody, oh, Nene quit the show, she's suing, before the lady had even quit. She was out in her business beforehand. So see, Wendy, let's not pretend like Wendy Williams does not have a lot of people who are rightfully offended with her. That's all I'm saying. His behavior was a bit much, in my opinion, but my opinion don't count, because I'm not the one that she offended. That's all I'm saying. Like, we're going to have to keep it real when it comes to something. And y'all know over here, we're going to keep it real when it comes to everything. Hey, Paige, thank you for being like number 95. What's up, X? Yeah, and Wendy was anti-black woman real bad, Peanut. You sure right. Let me put that on the screen. She definitely was. Definitely was. And it's like, we can, sit up here and revise history and try to write her into, oh, she was so wonderful and pure as the driven snow. She wasn't. And I'm going to go so far as to say our sisters don't have to be perfect for us to support them either. They don't have to be perfect to deserve our support. That's still your sister. And like I said, y'all know how I am around here. I don't care whether I like you or not. If somebody is mistreating you and you're being mishandled, simply by virtue of you being a black woman, I'm going to support you. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to sit up and tell lies and pretend like you have not done everything that you've done, because you have. And people have been affected by your behavior. And I can admit to all of those things and still support you. Hey, Deborah Randall, what's up, girl? Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. So, yeah, that's what happened with that. So he's still holding his beef. Thank you for being like number 98. Tyson is still holding his beef. He ain't dropped it. He ain't let it go. He ain't through. Apparently, he don't care. Now, that's all I can tell you. He really don't care. And the fact that he threw Tretch's name in it is crazy, because let Tretch speak for himself. Tretch is not quiet. Tretch is not shy. Okay? So the fact that he threw Tretch's name in it at the same time is not cool, because while Tretch may feel a way about her, he doesn't know that Tretch is where he is to the point that he would want to go public and publicly, try to kick her in the public. So I didn't like that. Tyson really showed that, like, you fit the description of what people have said about you. And I don't know if it's true, but if it's not true and you're offended by her, you got a right to feel how you feel. I would just say, I would encourage you to, maybe be more manly and expressing it next time, so people won't be so suspicious. Hey, Belize and JB, thank you for being like number 100. Virgo Gale, thank you for being 99. Yeah, that was foul. I would say about a good 90% of what came out of Tyson's mouth was foul. 90%. 9%. Yeah. So let's move on to Jackie Christie. Ooh, child. For those of you all who have been anywhere at all on social media, I know you've seen the clips because I've seen them, and I don't even watch the show. I know you've seen the clips, and what I could make of the clip, because y'all know I do not watch Basketball Wives. Of course, after how they treated OG, I was completely done with that. I didn't want nothing to do with that. Love you too, Renee Six. But I saw the clips. I try not to pay attention to the clips too much, because, you know, especially shows that I don't watch, because I don't know all the ins and outs of what's going on. But from the clip on Jackie and her daughter, and the clips that I've seen throughout this season, you know, with her and her daughter and Brittany Renner and her and her daughter and Evelyn Hozada and all of this stuff. So I'm like, okay, I kind of have a grasp of what's happening, right? Definitely, that was a slap with the weight of 100 mothers on that hand, because I know everybody who saw that, who watched that, all of us who are mothers, like, we felt our palm itching just watching this little hooker be disrespectful. I felt my palm, the palm of my hand started itching like I was about to get some money. It started itching like I was about to get some money. Because what part of the game is that? Paige say this whole season was toxic. I'm done with Basketball Wives. As you should be. Well deserved. Because I told y'all, from the way they treated OG on that show, I was done with them then. I was done then. Definitely. So we're going to get into that. I don't think VH1 is as bad as Bravo, but we still be careful with what we show. We're going to be very careful with what we show, because, you know, we can't really play with them people. We really can't play with them folks. So let's pull up what we can pull up. The slap heard around the world. Oh, what a beautiful slap it was. Oh, what a beautiful slap it was. I mean, just a beautiful one. Very seldom you get to see one quite as nice. And see her other daughter, the other young lady that she has, you know, her other daughter, the one that felt like her mama played favorites and all of that. We're going to talk about that a little bit too. Let me get some of y'all comments before I share the screen. Tracy says, why was she on the show? Why? She wanted to use her mother to get on that platform and then disrespect her mother for attention. Just say, my mom has passed on and I'm scared to even think about pushing her. Chantel was antagonizing her mom for this show. Had that been Evelyn and her daughter, they would have never aired it. Of course. But Black women continue to participate with people who don't love them, and I just don't know why. Bianca said, Paige, it was, she needed to get dragged with that slap. The way she kept calling her mom a bee and a hoe, my mommy would have took me to the king long time ago. Yeah, you'd have been walking up the King's Highway. Oh, absolutely. Deborah said, I don't watch that show either, but I do know I never with my mom. Never. Ever. Chris B says it's too toxic, and the pastor's wife is banking on this. Yes. You mean that lady that is rumored to have been going with that pastor while he was still married to that other woman? Yep. I just, this was a lot, y'all. This was a lot. This was too much. Yeah, y'all going off in the chat. Y'all going off. Let me go ahead and share this screen. And then we're going to get into this, because this is crazy. So this is the oldest baby right here. This oldest baby. And y'all see her response to it. She had wrote something on social media saying her mother didn't deserve that. And she's like, her POV is you while your mom is giving her the A whooping they've been asking for all day. So apparently she probably been feeling like mama should have been tearing that girl's behind up. So that's little Takari. And little Chantel with her bad tail, you know, she got blessed. Everybody loves this screenshot. If anybody can put this screenshot on the t-shirt, I would like to have it. You know, just putting that out there. So fair use. I'm gonna try to you know break it up as much as possible.
Exit.
You right.
Good night.
You right. And
I
you
love
think
you.
you look better?
Bye-bye.
Do you think you look better? Do you think that you fixed the situation? Because you're sitting here looking stupid.
I don't.
Look how you look as a mother, Jackie.
If you don't
Look how you look as a mother.
Get out of my room.
Don't touch me. I'll knock you out.
So you saw how that went. You saw how that went. You saw how that went. So this little girl wanted to fight with her mama. She wanted to fight with her mama, is what I'm seeing. She wanted to fight with her mother. You leaving, oh, you think you look better? She was like, no, I don't. And she's still walking back over there. You look like a fool. And I mean, just acting up, acting a whole fool. And she put a whole statement out talking about her mama's a narcissist and not taking accountability. I think she was talking about herself. She's like, my mom touched me first and y'all didn't see that. Your mother was walking to that door to open it for you to take your behind up out of there is what it looked like to me. This is her statement. I'm not reading it because I don't even care what you have to say. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to be completely honest with you. There's nothing she could say that will justify what she did. Like once you go there, yeah, calling her Jackie. Like, girl, who you think you are? Who on earth do you think you are? And see, I got some things to say. I got some things to say about this. I got some things to say about this. Baby security couldn't have helped her. She would have needed actual archangels with heaven on their driver's license to keep me off her tail. Hey, blaring trumpets, welcome. Y'all welcome blaring trumpets. Yeah, disrespect for dollars. You ain't got enough dollars. You couldn't have paid me to disrespect Emily. You couldn't have paid me. You couldn't have paid me. Hello. Wish you would have. I would play at mama and you know, play and we book. I promise you I was playing at her when I would be like, Emily, you know, hey girl, you know, playing. I would never be disrespectful. I need y'all to put welcome in the chat, okay, for blaring trumpets. Welcome, blaring trumpets. You came in right while we was getting into what's going on. We're happy to have you and you are welcome. Please don't let it be your last time. Please come back again. Everybody else, I need y'all to spam the chat with the word welcome. Y'all know how important it is that we welcome people on this channel. Okay. So now let's talk about this thing. All of it. From what I know, and I want to know what y'all think, right? Jackie did a beautiful job. I love Jackie. Jackie is the other reason why I cannot watch this show. I cannot watch this show because I do not like the way they treat Jackie on that show. And I think it's because she is a Black woman who is also Black looking, and they don't want to respect her on that platform. And because she is a Black woman who is Black looking with good and brown skin, they need her to be aggressive. Even when she's not aggressive, we're going to pretend she's aggressive. And I just didn't care for it. And I just don't like the energy that comes off of that show. I support Jackie 1,000%. 1,000. And I mean just what I said. They would have needed legitimate, certified archangels with heaven on their driver's license to get me off her. WD Rose say, honor thy father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God has given you. And that's true. The first commandment with promise. This young woman don't even realize, first of all, She giving herself bad luck. Can we just talk? Can we be us? I know we got visitors here, but can we just be us Black women? Because y'all know how we was raised and that ain't it, right? She's giving herself bad luck. You do not put your hands on either one of your parents. You do not put your hands on either one of your parents. I don't care if your mama is wrong in the moment. Find me a mama that ain't never been wrong, and I will find you a statue or a blow-up doll or a piece of porcelain or a piece of wood. Mothers and fathers are people. So can they be wrong? Absolutely. But you don't put your hands on your mama. You are giving yourself bad luck, and you guaranteeing you're going to have a hard life. Thank you, Tracy. See, Tracy gave me permission because everybody else would, Tracy, they was being iffy about giving me permission to go ahead and talk like it's just us. Okay. If you visitors and you company, you're welcome, to stay, but we got to keep it all the way real around here. Y'all know we were taught, you disrespect your mama or your daddy, and you giving yourself bad luck. You're gonna have a hard life, and I mean a very hard life, doing things like that. While she's up here trying to get attention or putting on for the likes of Evelyn or putting on for the likes of Brittany Renner, that vapid whore, or putting on for the television, she's going to give herself a very hard life. It never turns out well when you go around disrespecting the people that made you. You're not going to always agree with everything your mama say. You're not going to always agree with everything your mama do. But one thing about it, and two things for sure, your mama going to always be your mama. You better learn how to use your words and say, mama, that hurt my feelings. Mama, when you said that made me feel some type of way. Hey, too adorable. Mama, this is making me feel bad. Use your words. Now, her other baby, Takari, that's the one who felt like Jackie didn't love her the same because her skin was darker and her weight and this and that. Now, do I think that Jackie intentionally treated her baby in any type of way? No, I do not. What I also do believe, though, is that Jackie could have had a bias and been clearly unaware of it. And it also could have been that she got this child over here who has abusive behaviors. And I think it's very clear from what I've seen of little Chantel, she has abusive behavior. She has a bad attitude. She has aggressiveness about her. And it's not just if provoked. I can pretty much guess what done went on. Jackie could have had a little bit of a bias, one child over another, but I can tell you for sure, if you raise your children and you question all of them, every one of them gonna think that somebody else is the favorite. If you know what I'm talking about, put a 1 in the chat. If you raise your children and you do your job, all of your children are gonna think that the other one was the favorite at some point. I think they was the favorite. Whole time your mama sitting there don't like none of y'all. She want to be free, but she can't leave because them people will lock her up. I think that other one might have had, what's her name? Katara? Lil K. I'm going to call her Lil K because I don't want to mess her name up. I think Lil K might have had feelings about herself. Maybe she felt like she didn't look like the mama, and maybe she felt like the sister looked more like the mama. So anytime the mama did anything favorable toward the sister, she thought it was because of her complexion and looking more like Jackie. That little one there that just had the nerve to put her little filthy paws on her mama, I think she saw the insecurity in her sister and played up on it. And I think she also probably did a whole lot of stuff to her sister that the mama didn't see, or that the mama made excuses for. Because there's some mamas that have a hard time holding their children accountable when they do things to harm their other children. Yeah, mamas, we finna talk about this thing real quick. Yes, Jazz Star, we be wanting freedom. We, as mothers, am I lying? We be wanting freedom, don't we? You be raising them children, it's like day up from sun up to sundown. Matter of fact, before the sun come up, we up. We got to make sure people getting up, washing their behind, brushing teeth. Make sure you wash your face, get sleep out your eye. Make sure your homework done. Make sure your book bag clean. Driving them, make sure they ain't late. You got to get in the teacher face. Make sure she know don't be playing with you. You got to make doctor's appointments and checkup appointments and physical appointments, and you got to pick them up. And if they got extracurricular, you got to do that. Then you got to do homework. Then you got to make sure they're not fighting with each other and tearing up your house. Then you got to make sure they learning chores. You got to make sure they learning Bible verses. You got to make sure they got God. You got to make sure they got other stuff to do to keep their brain. And it's all day, every day. And it's non-stop, and it's 24/7, 365. And I don't care if they got a piece of daddy picking them up every other weekend. Being a mama is a full-time thing. And I'm not going to knock nobody for not getting it all the way perfect, long as you try to do your goddamn job. But we got to be honest about some things. Some mothers have a hard time holding one child accountable for how the other child is being treated by that child, because they both your children. And you don't think about how it looks to the other child. Deborah say that's true. Both my kids think the other one was my favorite. However, I still believe my baby brother was my mama's favorite too. See? Because you're going to always think that way. Because you're going to always feel like that lady was always tearing my tail up and he got away with murder. And a lot of times it's just that mama going to catch him later, or she didn't even know he did that. Never mind that you didn't even go snitch on him like you were supposed to. Hey, Brandon McMullen. It's just the truth. And mothers will sit there and they haven't figured out because they don't come with a manual. And a lot of mothers have not figured out how to hold one child accountable for how they're treating the other child without feeling like they picking sides. And don't realize, and you not dealing with it, the child that's been offended feels like you are picking a side. I'm going to say it again because I don't know who's struggling with this. I'm a veteran. Okay, when one child offends the other child and you do not address the child that's harming or hurting the other child because you don't want to pick sides, you don't want to look like you're picking sides to the child that's been hurt or harmed or whatever, that child feels like you not addressing it is picking a side. And they are going to compute that. They are going to process that however they process that. And they're processing it from the lens of hurt. They're processing it from a lens that is not as mature as your own. And yes, mothers, you are responsible for that. Does that mean that you intentionally hurt your baby? No. It just means that you had an error in judgment. You didn't pick the right thing. You didn't make the right choice in that. But where Jackie is concerned when it comes to little K is that she's going to have to address and be able to do what a lot of Black mothers, my sisters, because we talking to each other. Like I say, we got visitors, we got brothers, we got folks from other places. But sisters, us, I'm talking to us. Black women, Black mothers, sometimes we have a hard time saying 3 words, mama is sorry. It doesn't matter if you didn't mean to do it. Mama is sorry. It don't matter if that wasn't your intention. It doesn't matter if the child perceived it that way. Perception is 9/10 of reality. If Chantal, however you say that little heifer name is, if she walked in that room and she snatched that girl's baby doll from her and she told you about it, and because she's younger and you just say, ooh, just let her have it, you already planting a seed in this baby's mind that whatever this one do is okay. And factor in the fact that it does matter to girls when they feel like they don't look like their mama. Does that mean that was Jackie's reasoning? No, it doesn't. But Jackie also did not take into account how her child was processing what was going on around her. Oh, don't cry, Fatima, don't cry. But it's true. As Black mothers, we have to know how to say, mama is sorry. You can have the best intentions in the world, but the minute your child lets you know how they're processing your behavior, how you put it out with the intention you put it out with, that's not the way they received it. That's not the way they processed it. And it's hurting your kid. Something in you should make you want to stop and address it. If you giving your baby green beans every day because the doctor told you, hey, this baby weight is getting up there, and if you want to keep your baby healthy, this is what you need to do. Give her green vegetables every day. And your child is sitting there and their siblings who are not that large are able to eat other things and they're very before. Your child can take that as she picking on me because I'm big. The minute your child expresses that to you, address it. Explain yourself and say them 3 words. Mama is sorry. It don't cost you nothing. Does that mean that you were being mean because they big? No, it don't mean that at all. But it means that that's the way they taking it and it's hurting them. And you need to do something about it. Jackie mishandled this situation. And because she mishandled it, now this little slick mouth from here that need to be drugged from here to kingdom come, she processed the information that, oh, I can do what I want to do. I'm so valuable that my behavior, you're going to tolerate my behavior. That's why she had the nerve, the good gall to put her paws on Jackie. Skedaddle said, my nephew cries a lot. My mom would snatch him from me and make it seem like I was hurting him. My family treats me horrible. Well, baby, you need to express that to them. You need to express it to them. And let me say something else too. Black mothers, my sisters, right? Yes, mama is sorry. That's the 3 words we need to learn how to use. Okay, those 3 words we need to learn how to use. I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Real quick. It don't matter how your child communicated to you either. We have to also stop being so sensitive. I'm not saying let them act like that little hooker Chantel was in the right, because she wasn't. The way she talked to Jackie was wrong. Her tone was wrong, and her putting her hands on her. I still wanted security to move for Jackie to stomp a mud hole in that hooker and walk it dry. But what I'm saying is, when the child is not doing that stuff, you can't be so focused on their tone that you're not listening to what they're saying. Their delivery don't matter when your child is communicating to you that they hurt. What I mean by that is, we can't be so sensitive that because we don't like the way they said it, we don't think we got to address it. And you do. And you do. I'm talking to the mamas right now, not the children. I'm talking to the mamas. You have to listen to what the child is saying, even if you don't like the way they are saying it. Unless that child is being overtly disgusting like that thing right there. You got to pay attention to what the child is saying. Because let's talk about this thing. If whatever's going on hurt your child, they're speaking to you from a place of hurt. That hurt, whether the situation was what they thought it was or not, the way they perceived it caused very real hurt to them. So when that child is talking to you from a place of hurt, it is wrong of us as mothers to look at the child and say, you don't talk to me like I don't like the way you. This child is talking to you from a place of hurt, and you're responsible for the hurt because you the mama. They're communicating to you. They don't have to communicate to you like an expert. They don't have to communicate to you like they just walked out of the therapist's office or like they're a therapist themselves. They don't have to do that. You are the parent, and you will always be the parent. It is up to you to stay calm when your child is showing you that they're upset. If your baby is excitable and upset and their voice is raised a little bit, and you hear emotion in their voice, it's not up to you to be like, you gonna tone down when you talking. No, you're the mother. It's up to you. You're supposed to be mature enough to remain calm, no matter how excitable your child is when they're trying to communicate to you that they hurt. Okay, so let's take it way on back. Let's take it way back. When they fell and hurt their knees and stuff, when they fell and hurt their knees and whatnot, did we tell them that they have to come and tell us calmly that they hurt their knees? If they didn't, put a 7. If you made your children calm down and calmly tell you that they hurt their knees and stuff, we're gonna deal with that next, Brandon. We're gonna deal with that next. If you made them calmly tell you, put a 2 in the chat. If you let your child come up to you crying, snotting, and being hysterical and everything else when they hurt themselves, put a 7 in the chat. Because I'm going to put my 7. I ain't never said, oh, you hurt yourself. Wait, don't tell me you hurt yourself like that. Because I want y'all to understand something real quick. Emotional hurt is just as real as physical hurt. If that child is coming up to you and they're crying or they're hysterical or they sound elevated, the child is hurting. They do not have to calm down before they tell you that they hurting. They can tell you they hurting, and you supposed to listen. If you was giving them green vegetables every day and they took it as you picking on me or you being mean because I'm big and I don't look like you and you don't like me because of that, and they're telling you that they're expressing to you, they're telling you how they took what you did. Start with them 3 words. Mama is sorry. And then explain to the baby. You were overweight. The doctor told me X, Y, and Z. I was concerned. You was at risk for juvenile diabetes. I didn't want you to get sick. You precious to me. Express. And here's the other thing real quick, Black mamas, before we move on to what Brandon said. Don't be resistant, because I know as Black women in this country, we're not afforded the luxury of being soft. We're not afforded the luxury of being emotive. We're punished for being emotive. Look what they doing to Lil Riley on their show. We're going to talk about that. So we're trained and we're socialized to not be affectionate and emotive and expressive about our feelings. But ladies, you're going to have to learn how to do it when it comes to your children. Ladies, you're going to have to do it when you're going to have to learn how to do it when it comes to your children. Yes, even when they're grown. If your child come to you and in 7th grade, this happened, and you know that always made me feel bad, express yourself. Apologize for the hurt that they are feeling. I don't care if you intended it or not. Explain what happened and then tell them why. I did this because you are precious to me. You are valuable to me. I couldn't let nothing happen to you. I made this decision because I thought this was protecting you. I did this because I thought it was the best thing for you. I was making decisions that I thought were good for you because you are precious to me. Some of these children got the wrong idea about our behaviors and our decisions because we have simply failed to express to them how important, how valuable, and how precious they are to us. The only thing a lot of times they see us as are disciplinarians, wardens, people who control what's around them, because we have to set boundaries as mothers. So we got people online telling our children, oh, they control freaks. No, we're not control freaks. We just love our children. And if your mama didn't give you no boundaries, I'm sorry she didn't love you. I ain't your mama, but I'm sorry she didn't love you. Because mothers who love you give you boundaries. But when we don't correct our socialization, and I'm speaking from experience, I had to learn to express emotions verbally. We got to start doing that because we're excellent mothers. We do our job. We gonna protect them. A wild bear ain't got nothing on a Black mama about her babies. But we don't do a great job, y'all, at expressing to these children just how much they mean to us, how important they are to us. That's what's going on with Lil Takari. Jackie ain't expressing. That other one took advantage of that broken situation, got completely out of control. And now we're going to address the thing with her saying that her sister old-listed her. Old-listed. listen, I don't bit more believe that in nothing. I don't bit more believe that in nothing. What I do believe is that she said that about her sister, because, you know, I don't watch the show. And what I also believe is Jackie didn't handle it right. Because from what I can tell, Jackie not managing these two girls just so. She ain't managing them right. And that don't mean she ain't trying either. She not managing them right. I don't think Jackie handled it. Tell me in the chat, how did Jackie deal with that girl saying that about her sister? Because, see, Jackie was in the house. Jackie was in the house. So, see, Brandon says she said it on Instagram a few weeks ago, but see, Jackie ain't handling that right. Jackie ain't handling it right. She ain't. Here's the thing. If one of your children go, DS say she blew it off. And see, that's what I'm saying. You can't do that. You can't do it. Yeah, it happened online, not the show. But see, you got to handle it. You got to clean up where they mess up. You got to clean up where they messed up. Hey, Seanitra, see that? Right. She ain't addressed it publicly. When one of your children tries to publicly malign your other child, you got to address it publicly. See, the fact that that young lady did it publicly, and I'm just going to be honest. I don't believe her. I do not believe her. I don't believe her. Jackie has got to address it. It's stuff like that caused the mess that Jackie got right now. It's stuff like that caused the mess that Jackie has right now. That's what's going on. She didn't handle it. She's not handling it. Jackie should have addressed that publicly. Because when you blow it off and you don't address it, and I'm going to just leave it, no, because you not taking action is going to make the child that's having that being said about her, she's going to feel like you are picking a side. Just Star say both her daughters say they was raised by granny while she ran the streets after Doug when they was growing up. Ran the streets or was traveling with her husband on the road. I need to understand what you mean. Yeah, because I don't believe that either. And if they was at grandma's house while mama was with daddy traveling while he worked, I can't speak to that. I wasn't in her life. All I'm saying is she didn't manage that right. She didn't manage that right. She was traveling. Okay, thank you. That's what because I thought that's what I heard of Jackie's story. She was traveling with her husband. Yeah, she went on the road with her husband and left the children stable so they wouldn't be having to go city to city. So she gave them stability. So now we back to square one. Back to square one. Just like I said, it don't matter if the granny moved in, she left them with granny so they could be stable while she traveled with her husband. Okay, so let's keep it real because you know that's what we're doing today. Okay. Jackie likely felt like the best thing she could do for her children was to leave them in a stable spot so they wouldn't have to be uprooted, but she would go with her husband when he went so they could go to school, be normal girls. They got grandma, they're not with a babysitter, they're not with a nanny, they're not with an au pair, they with G-Ma. She meant well with that. She also likely believed that keeping her husband was a benefit to her children. And it was. But what did I just say? You got to deal with how your children took it. Not just what you did. You got to deal with how your children took it. So if both of your children are sitting up and that's how they feel, children grow up together, they talk, even if they turn into, ops later and they barking at each other. When they were children, they was talking. That's how they both felt. That's how they expressed themselves to each other. They felt abandoned while you was with daddy. They felt like they took it as he meant everything and we didn't mean that much. So Jackie at some point is still going to have to sit down and talk to her daughters one by one and say them 3 words. Say it with me in the chat. Mama is Sorry. And for Jackie gonna have to actually be sorry. You're not sorry that you did what you thought was best, but be sorry for the fact that your actions did not have the desired result. Be sorry that your actions did not give your children the desired feeling. Instead of them feeling loved and protected, they felt abandoned and less valuable. We got to take account for what it was. We got to take account of things for what it was. Okay? Peanut say that's fact. She knew she needed to keep Doug to take care of him. She had been living rough before she met him. That's right. Absolutely the truth. And that's why conversations are necessary, especially once the children grown. Talk to them and tell them what it really was. Sweet Tea, hey girl, thank you for being 130. Quiet Storm say true. I could see both sides of that. I used to think my mom was a horrible mom for working 70 to 80 hours a week and leaving us with our grandma, but we never wanted for nothing. Right. But now you understand. But at the time, did it change how you felt? Did it make how you felt any less real to you? No. No. And the minute your children express that to you, you need to sit down. You need to acknowledge that they hurting and that's real. They're probably not. You know, Malaya, you know, children don't never get a daddy the same energy they give mama because there's a different level of reliance on the mama. And I don't think that's bad. I think it's nature. I think it's nature. I think it's only natural for children to have so much pressure on mama's performance because there's so much reliance on mama. There's so much trust in mama. You learn who mama is before you learn who God is. So I can get that. And I think as mothers, we should get that too. And we shouldn't blame them for putting more trust and more emphasis and having so much hinged on our performance. It's nature. We carry them. Y'all do know them children was a part of our bodies for almost a year, right? They depend on us, especially when they're small, they depend on us for everything. You can't blame a child for being so hyper-focused on what mama did, what mama didn't do, what mama said, what mama didn't say, because mama is everything. Daddy's there, daddy's great. I had a wonderful daddy, but mama was everything. Evie say, it's bad when kids don't grow up and reanalyze situations from an adult lens that keeps the confusion going. Right. Right. That's true too. But as mothers, if you see that your child has not been able to process it on their own and you see the hurt is still there, you need to address it. You need to address it because I don't care how old that child get, they ain't gonna never be old as you. I don't care what they experience, they ain't gonna never have as much experience as you. They're not. Brandon said Takara felt like she treated her different because she was darker toned. Yes, that's how she felt. Does it mean it's real? No. But it was real to her and it hurt her. It hurt her. So Jackie got at some point gonna have to address it. I believe Jackie operating from that position of I didn't do it and I'm not gonna apologize for what I didn't do. That's great when you're talking to your homegirl, but not your baby. Even say babies literally grow into mama. We have a different bond. We literally used to eat off you in the womb. That's true. That's true. That's very, very true. Yeah, that lady had a hard life before she caught that man. So in her mind, she's thinking, this man is provision. He saved us. I'm going to hold on to this man because this is what's going to give you the best life, the best house, the best opportunities. She did that part, but the problem is emotionally, she kind of neglected the children. And I'm not pointing the finger too hard because a lot of Black mothers have emotionally neglected children and it wasn't intentional. It was literally you focusing on survival and what's the best outcome and what's most advantageous. We still got to address how these children feel because how they feel and the hurt that they feel, it very much shapes not only who they turn into, but the decisions they make in life too. Because now they operating from a place of trauma and hurt. When you could have just had a conversation. Chris B say in the confessional, Chantal alluded to that she told Jackie that something happened to her as a child, but Jackie shut it down. I'm not sure if the molestation was what she was implying. Ain't no telling what she was implying. I'm just telling y'all I don't believe that little hooker. Anybody who will pick up her little dirty hands and put them on her mama? Yeah. In this case here, you remember, huh? Okay. I'm just saying, so at some point, y'all, if we're gonna do anything, we gotta be real around here. I'm very happy that Jackie got a hold to her tail. I'm very happy that Jackie got a hold to her tail. My only problem is I wish Jackie had to beat her longer. Because see, that one needs something different. Jackie need to give that one some tough love, extremely tough. Say at 32 and a mother herself, you would think Chantel would do that, but she's too busy being angry. Oh, but she gonna learn because she has a daughter. Right. Right. She living like her child ain't gonna give her the same treatment. You know what? That's the other thing that Jackie didn't take into account. You had this child beforehand. Then when you got married to Doug and had this baby, even though they both your children, Jackie didn't consider that her oldest baby could have felt like an outsider. She needed to do sometimes even overcompensation to make sure that your child does not feel like an outsider. And we do not know how Chantel was acting with her sister to make her feel like, to further exacerbate the way that girl was feeling. Hey, Vet, thank you for being number 128. Yeah, my mama lost back teeth when she was carrying my brothers. A lot of times you lose teeth and end up with, hair falling out and all type of stuff carrying them children. So I think Jackie feel that way too. Says, yeah, a lot of time mamas be feeling like that. I'm not going to apologize for what I ain't do. Hey, man, you at some point got to address the fact that no matter what your intent was, this is how your child felt, and you got to take responsibility for it unless you just don't love your kid and you don't care about them hurting. Just Star say, Nitra, we having a therapeutic moment right now. Yes, this is every now and then we have to slip us a little crown therapy moment in there. Because we all too often villainize mama and put daddies on pedestals even when they're not around. It's easy to do. Think about it. Let's be real, right? It's easy to do. It's easy to do. And I'm going to tell you why. Because mama is the one that's there 24/7 or supposed to be. For the oldest girl, before she married Doug, she had a different version of her mama too. So y'all got to take into account that not only did she have to deal with being with granny while mama's off with daddy number 2 for her stepdaddy, she also had to go through the change of, I had my mama a lot more frequently and now I don't. And it wasn't addressed. And she still has the scars from that. But when you are a mother, your children, when they come in the world, they depend on you for protection, comfort when they're afraid or if they're hurting. They depend on you for food, for drink. They depend on you for attention, for human contact. So literally everything. That's what they depend on you for. And we all know anything that becomes routine and this becomes your life, that becomes the norm. This person is who you depend on for things. You're not automatically like, oh, thank you, Jesus, for my mama. That comes later. At the time, you become accustomed to, you take for granted that this person is just here for this. This is what they're here to do. So imagine this same child. Now I'm 17 and my feelings are hurt. Mother person. Okay, you got father person, mother person. Mother person, I am hurting. It is your job to comfort me. Get to comforting. I don't even know how to express how I'm hurting just yet because I'm still young and hormones popping and I'm not that expressive or articulate, but figure it out because this is your job. This is what you do. Like, shoo, get to it. Comfort me. So, of course, the child, looking from the lens of a child, is going to be disgruntled with you, mother person. They don't look at the father person that way. That father person, especially if they have not been around, they only see him as the person who shows up every now and then, who brings presents and takes you places that you don't get to go with the mother person who does the bulk of the work. Mother person has been there as a permanent fixture to address every need you have. So the minute any of those needs are not met, whether it's small or big, it's the biggest thing in the world to you because this is your only job. Right. Everything is your only job. This person, the less they're around, the greater the kids think they are because he ain't got no job. Your only job is to show up here and hand me some money every now and then, buy me some shoes, buy me a game system, and all of that. That's why. That's why these guys get to be deadbeats and show up on graduation day, or what I call deadbeat baby daddy day. And the kids are so happy to see him, like, oh God, he showed up. Because to them, I mean, that his only job is to show up every now and then and bring stuff and smile at me and pat me on the back and act like he's proud of me. So when he shows up 4 times a year, you're saying he's the daddy of the year because he's done everything that they've been programmed to think that he's supposed to do. Everything in their worldview has programmed them that you're supposed to take care of everything. That is your only job, everything. So anything they don't get from you is going to be the end of the world. Cassandra say on the show, because Chantel never actually told Jackie what her issues was. Jackie asked her and Chantel never said what it was. Her issues was wanting to show her behind on that TV and use her mama to make a name for herself. I can tell that by looking at her. I was fortunate to have a daddy that was there every day and always around me. But those, I'm explaining why those men who are almost never around get pats on the back and everybody, oh, I love my daddy and all that stuff, because they're expecting mama to do everything. He only has a couple of things to do. And when he shows up every now and then and do them couple of things, he's great. Brandon say the fact that their fight scene is a Twitter meme will forever be engraved in their strange relationship. Yep, her with her face turned to the side like she's a still shot in a Rocky movie. She needed a lesson she got. She did. And let me tell it, Jackie probably should have beat her tail a whole lot sooner. A whole lot sooner. I feel like that beating that Jackie, it wasn't even a beating, just a popping. It was long overdue. It was long overdue. You can tell when children fall behind on their beatings. That's how they act. Quiet Storm say exactly that. She probably felt a way that she had a different last name than her mom and her sister, and she probably felt like an outsider in that house. And I don't think anybody did it on purpose. I just think that Jackie was not paying attention. She was so focused on the function and provision and making sure I keep this thing for you. She was not focusing on that child's mental health, on her emotional health, and how she felt about any of it. Love My Dogs too said it would have been great if just one of those heifers on the show really supported Jackie instead of feeling more negative, feeding more negatively into Chantel. Yeah, we do that as sisters. You'll see a sister go through something, and the first thing you want to do is start judging and browbeating them. Right, Jackie feel like she didn't do nothing. And guess what? It don't matter if you didn't do nothing. What you did do, even if you meant all the good in the world, if it hurt your kid, you still got to address it. You still should be sorry that your child is hurting. It don't matter. It don't even matter. Hey, Anna, thank you for being 134. Brandon says she didn't want to talk to Chantel on TV, which is understandable. Facts. Chantel set out to embarrass Jackie on TV. That's all. That's all. That was never wanted to make up with Jackie. Yeah, she didn't want to make up. She wanted to act a fool and ended up embarrassing herself. And see, I took it as, hey, Miss Weedy Pooh, thank you for being 135. This is the thing. Yeah, get to comforting. Get to comforting. That's how they see you. Get to comforting. Hey, Dana Brown, thank you for being 135, sis. So this is the thing. Yep, that's right. Renee 6, heavy is the head that wear the crown. This is the thing, right? I don't know how Jackie gonna do it, but Jackie need to clean up her mess. She need to clean up her mess. Do I think she set out to hurt her children or to have one of them misbehaving? No, I don't think that's what she set out to do. But at some point, you got to address that this is what's going on, and you're going to have to do something about it. I did see that clip talking about she'll violate her. I'm like, violate? Baby, the way I would have choke slammed that little hooker, the way. She would, baby, she'd have had hang time. She'd have had hang time. I'm telling you, I'd have took her for a flight. Please don't make no mistakes about it. I love my baby dirty draws, but she ain't crazy. Paige say, right. And if Jackie was so bad, why she move into the same apartment building as Jackie lived to film? Chantel full of it. Yeah, that's all. But I'm going to tell y'all where I messed up too. Because at first I'm like, did she forget who her mama was? And then I had to realize something. Yeah, tried to violate Jackie and got violated. Here's the thing. I don't think she really knew her mama. I think Jackie, life got so comfortable and she was, trying to give a version of motherhood to her. I don't think that girl really understood that Jackie would put her on her back. I don't think she knew it. I think she thought she was bad until that lick connected, until she got connected. Because the children that know their mama don't do stuff like that. It's true. And Janetta said, I can't help but feel like them ladies played a part in trying to embarrass Jackie. Yeah, they played a part. But it don't, if the child was behaving herself, it wouldn't matter what nobody else said. It wouldn't. You say something crazy about my mama or try to push up something or tell me that my mama was wrong about anything with me. You was probably going to get told off and I might end up fighting with you. But that young lady was already off kilter. Malaya says, from the looks of it, Jackie was trying to give her the opportunity to tell her what was wrong on camera since the daughter started acting differently once they started filming. I agree. Yep, wanted to act a fool, and she ended up embarrassing the hell out of herself. Now the whole world forever got a screenshot of your mama spinning your head around like the Exorcist. We love you back. Yeah, I heard that Jackie said they was fine before they started filming. She did that mess for television, and she got just what she was looking for. I don't think she knew her mama. I don't think she knew her. What y'all think? Because see, sometimes children don't really know their mothers. They get the calm down, evolved, more mature version of their mothers. And sometimes your older children will know you better than your younger children. Sometimes. That's why sometimes, you'll see you see your mama with the grandchildren and you be like, dang, when did you get so cool? What are you talking about? I was tearing one of them cheering up one time and mama up there talking about you ought not to whoop him and, telling the children, your mama crazy. And I'm sitting there looking like, is this the same lady that was tearing us up with broom handles? This can't be the same lady. It was braiding peak switches like she was plaiting hair. It can't be her. Sometimes the younger one don't know mama like that. And I'm starting to feel like she ain't really know Jackie like that. Paige say, no, she did not. Even Takara said she ain't know their mama. Yeah, she ain't know her mama like that. She couldn't have. Because when you know your mama, you don't try that. Emily was on a walker and I didn't play with her. At all. For nothing. She was having to inch and shuffle her feet and slide her feet when she walked. And I didn't play with that lady. Because I know her. Just Star say, I don't watch the show, but I think this show needs to go off the air. Yep, colorism. Now we got to watch a mother and daughter fights. Right, because they was hyping it up. Say same thing Mama said about Granny. Yeah, you be sitting there like, this can't be the same lady. Can't be the same woman. That lady she didn't play TV with us. You sitting there like, what happened? This is the more evolved, more patient, more long-suffering version. I don't think that girl knew her mama. Because I had an old lady tell me one time, children act like they got plenty sense when they know their mama ain't got nothing. That's what I heard. I don't think she knew. Paige said, my mama got bad hips and I won't play with her. And I'm good and grown. Hello. Property tax grown. Auntie even say, nah, she ain't know her mama at all. She couldn't. Jazz Star say Chantel only met Jackie as a rich woman. Takari knew her mama when she was in them trenches. There it is. There it is. That's all I'm saying. So y'all say a prayer for Jackie and her family. I hope it work out. That little hooker, until she get herself together, I hope she's smart enough to duck and dodge our good sister Jackie Christie. And Jackie, next time, don't pull your punches, girl. Don't pull them. If she slide up on you again, slide her up under a car. I mean, tear her tail up good, Jack. Don't hold back. Because, see, you fell behind on her beatings. It's like vaccinations, Jackie. Once they fall behind, then you got to catch them up. You got to catch them up. So if she come back around acting a fool, Jackie, catch her up. Catch her up, girl. That's all I'm saying. So now, moving right along, Jay-Z and this young man, Ramir Satterwhite. Now, that situation didn't go the way a lot of people was hoping it was going to go. Because, see, for some odd reason, we had a whole bunch of people living in La La Land, hoping and praying that this strange young man was Sean Carter's son. Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah. So we're going to pull up this article and we're going to read this article because this is very interesting information in there. Now, the young man in question, Belicious, you right. She probably ain't never had a beating. That's part of what's wrong with her. And she need one. She need one. I don't believe in gentle parenting. Nope. I'm going to gently tap you on your tail if you don't do what I ask you to do when I'm talking. You know, when I talk to you the first time and then I talk to you the second time and then I sit you down and talk to you again, if I keep talking to you, I'm going to stop talking to you. Okay? Yeah, the strange young man. So for those of y'all who don't know, he has withdrawn his claim. He's withdrawn his claim. But it's some information that may give us a little insight as to why he's withdrawn his claim. Wait a minute, you say she was crying because her mama threatened to clean her room, about being threatened to clean her room. Child, please, I'd have pulled everything out the closets, the dressers, piled them up in the middle of that floor and gave her a time limit to get it up. I couldn't be one of these new mamas. I'm telling you, hey, I ain't built for none of that. What's going on out there? Hold on, y'all know I'm nosy. What's happening out there? Let me get out other people's business. Why y'all letting me be nosy and get in other people's business? So let's pull up this article about this young man here, Mr. Satterwhite. And Jay-Z. And y'all, it was a lot of people that was just hoping for this to be true. And that's the weirdest thing to hope. Isn't it? Like, why would you be hoping? This girl's acting like a cat. Maybe. But like, why would you be hoping that a child grew up without a daddy? I know it happens sometimes. It's unfortunate. Quiet Storm says she can't stop me from being nosy because she want to know what's going on too. You be a pot. I know that's right. That boy ain't look just like him. He didn't. I'm telling you, ask Peanut Belicious. I've been saying from the beginning that boy don't look no just like him. His nose is shaped somewhat like that man. And I know a bunch of Negroes with the same nose. There ain't no special nose. It's an unattractive nose, but there ain't no special nose. Yeah. Lulu's little girl say, interestingly, with the Jay-Z case, nothing in the court filings requested DNA test. I saw the docs on another CC's review and the actual court papers. I seen them too. But I ain't finna get into all that. We just gonna get into this and here. Hey, Siobhan, thank you for being 139. You missed a little bit, baby. You missed a little bit. So, y'all, this article is very interesting. And it looks like Jay-Z's lawyer has to do the same thing he had to do with that other case with that lady saying she was 13 at a party with him and Puffy that neither one of them wasn't at in a house that don't exist in Manhattan from Rochester. Y'all remember, hey, Divine Miss M, thank you for being 137. Now, y'all remember during that case, his lawyers had to like really put the information together and put it on blast and put it in the media in order to stop, the mess from, flowering out of control. So it looks like they having to do the same thing again. They went and dug up the actual information and gave it to us weekly. And so now here we are. So this information here, this particular article was on Monday. And Ramirez filed his withdrawal on Friday. So the Friday before this article came out, he filed his withdrawal. So that means Us Weekly was given the information by Jay-Z and them close around about the same time. Okay. So let's read the article because I like to read, make sure I'm telling things right. Jay-Z revealed the man who alleged to be his secret son, Ramir Satterwhite, in 2022 for filing so many frivolous court filings, U.S. Weekly can exclusively report. On Friday, July 18th, the Roc Nation's co-founder legal team demanded Satterwhite's latest lawsuit filed in federal court be dismissed immediately. The mogul said he's been dealing with Satterwhite's claims since 2010. So he said this young man been telling that story since 2010. And I looked online and that is actually true. And I saw where on social media there was evidence of his people saying that they thought Jay-Z back in 2015 that they were saying that they thought, Jay-Z would have just settled and, I guess paid him off. Apparently, they don't know Jay-Z. He was not going to settle and pay you off. He wasn't finna give you a dime. Y'all know he ain't finna give up no money. Y'all know this. So, since 2010, he been trying to get this over the line, okay? Now, let's look at the facts. Now, Jay-Z, 55, claims Satterwhite, 30, and his caretaker, which is the godmama, have been harassing him for years. He claims in the new lawsuit have been addressed and rejected in multiple other courts time and time again. So he's saying this exact same stuff, ain't no new evidence in it, no new material, just the same stuff over and over. In his filing, Jay-Z said he was repeatedly dragged to court by Satterwhite, Satterwhite's late mama, and Satterwhite's caretaker. So it was him, the mama, and the godmama, based on the false assertion that Satterwhite is his biological son. Now, this is where things start to get interesting, okay? I hope y'all ready. Y'all ready for the foolishness, because this is where the foolishness of the story begins, okay? This is where the foolishness of the story begins. Hey, Gifty Abaka. So, Jay-Z's legal team pointed out Satterwhite's paternity was previously established for somebody else in a court proceeding. I'm going to repeat this because I want to make sure y'all heard what I heard. Jay-Z's legal team pointed out that Satterwhite's paternity was previously established for somebody else in a court proceeding. Somebody who Satterwhite's mother claimed no later than 1994 was Satterwhite's daddy. And the person was ordered to pay child support. I'm going to read this whole section again. Right, Renee, that man don't look like him at all. I knew this mess stunk to happen But I told Peanut, tell him I told you. I told her. I said, first of all, if she thought Jay-Z was that boy daddy, she would have went to the child support court, not to no civil nothing after he got grown. She would not have gone to social media. She'd have went straight to child support court and put him on child support. They was over there living in the PJs and stuff. They was, from the hood. They was in the ghetto. And nobody, not about to put you on child support. Right. She said, yeah, you wasn't going. Yeah, because I knew it didn't make no sense. I don't know one girl from the ghetto that will not put the baby daddy on child support. Not one. Every girl I know from the hood is going to put you on child support, especially if your baby daddy got billions of dollars. Millions. If he a cool thousandaire, he finna be on child support. And according to this here, in the court system, another man was ordered to pay child support. So she went after child support. She just didn't go after Jay-Z for child support. Now, to me, y'all, that's fishy. That's fishy. Very fishy. Now, y'all know Jay-Z had done let them people know they was gonna come after them for to pay them lawyers fees. I guess say if I keep the court on here, you gonna pay for these lawyers. Y'all know Jay-Z might have plenty of money, but he ain't finna give you none of it if he can help it. Y'all know how he is about that money. I ain't talking bad about you, Mr. Carter. Don't try to sue me. I ain't got a blessed thing for you, and I ain't lying on you. You funny about your money, sir. His lawyers noted that in 2010, the court told Satterwhite mother that she could not wait 17 years because the boy was 18 at the time to name a second person as the father of her child when she identified another person as the father 16 years ago and never attempted to recant the identification until now. Let's read this again. The lawyers noted that back in 2010, because that's when they started switching it up. When he turned 18, they switched it up. Okay, we had this man on the books as your daddy. We went after him for child support. You turned 18. We're going to say Jay-Z is your daddy. Let's go get him 2010. In 2010, the court told Satterwhite's mother, the deceased, that she could not wait 17 years to name a second person as the daddy of the child when she identified another person as the daddy 16 years ago and never attempted to recant the identification until now. Jay-Z's lawyer said Satterwhite's new complaint alleges the various court orders issued within the last 15 years, which uniformly rejected Satterwhite's claims. Yes, he rejected you for 15 years straight. Since 2010 and you turned 18, this man has been telling you, I ain't your pappy. That's what he's telling you for 18 years. No, I ain't your daddy. So he said, got it wrong, and the court should find Jay-Z liable for fraud. Fraud for what? He say he ain't your daddy. So he accused Satterwhite's new lawsuit of being a transparent attempt to circumvent the 2022 court injunction. So they put an injunction against him to stop him from doing this. The injunction, which was issued in a lawsuit the family brought against one of Jay-Z's lawyers, so they tried to sue one of Jay-Z's lawyers, states that Satterwhite and his caregiver are not allowed to file any new lawsuits regarding this matter in the state of New Jersey without the court's approval. So he was supposed to go to the court to get approval to sue because they had just done filed so many lawsuits. Oh, wow. Listen, y'all done did a lot. Satterwhite tried to challenge the injunction twice, but lost. Us Weekly obtained a copy of the 2022 injunction that ordered Satterwhite and his family members to stop filing new suits. Jay-Z's lawyer said the new case should be thrown out and requested his fees to be covered. So he wants them people pay for them expensive lawyers. Because I guess he feel like y'all should have left him alone and he wouldn't have had to pay them expensive lawyers. Satterwhite told Us Weekly, when contacted for comment about the injunction, This injunction order, I'm not aware of, but sir, you done filed twice to try to get around it. He said he not aware of and have never been served by all the orders from New Jersey regarding judges are in the appeals court since they were derived from fraud to block our due process, which showed Jay-Z wrongdoing of allegations of perjury. Here's the problem. Young man, you can't say that you don't have any knowledge of an injunction and then say that everything about it is the appeals court because it was fraudulent. So was it fraudulent or you don't know about it? You don't know about it, you never heard of it, or you have heard about it and it was fraudulent. Young man, you and your mama, I'm sorry. It looked like she tried to commit fraud. I'm going to just be honest. Hold on. Okay. I am just going to be completely honest, y'all. It looks as though the young man and his mother hold on. Okay, we got you back. Because it had froze on my end a little bit. Okay. But yeah, it does look like they tried to commit a little fraud. And they thought Jay-Z might have settled. I think maybe he got excited because it was a lot of commotion in social media with Nicki Minaj spazzing out every 2 days, screaming Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Desiree Perez. And maybe he thought Jay-Z would just be like, "Ooh, this too much talk, too much pressure. I'll just pay you." And Jay-Z not only is saying he's not going to pay you, he's going to sue you for lawyer's fees. So on top of not having money, now you about to have, possibly a judgment against you that could impede you from doing things later in life or building wealth on your own. It's unfortunate. I just don't know. Renee say they trying real hard to take Jay-Z down like Diddy. The difference is Jay-Z ain't gave him nothing to work with. Yeah, he got time every day, apparently. Nina said Jay-Z is a king cobra. He's not going down without a serious fight. He's the wrong one to try and hit a lick with. Yeah, that's not the person I would try to hit a lick with. I would not. Because he would rather pay the money that you would likely beg for or would pray that he would offer you. He would probably pay 3 times that just not to pay you. Just because you tried to take it from him. He's not going to let you take it. My thing is, why are you trying to take anybody down? Either they did something to you or they didn't. Deborah said, from what I've seen, Jay-Z seems to put his stamp on his kids. Po Blue caught hell for years because she looked like the daddy. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Nina GZ say, Lord, he's a vexatious litigant. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Let me get some more y'all comments, but this is what's going on with this. Lulu's little girl said a godmama / aunt is in his ear to keep the nonsense going. Right. Delicious say, so he didn't know about the other man that was paying child support. That's what I want to know. How you ain't know your mama had done already gave you a daddy? How would you not know that your mama done already gave you a daddy? Renee say, shaking my head. No wonder he withdrew that case after making it go viral. Right. Up there doing interviews and stuff, trying to talk like Jay-Z with that weird little shaky vocal fry that Jay-Z be doing. Not your flavors is gassed it. Yeah. The Divine Miss M say, so if I look up equal DNA, then Jay-Z is definitely related on the camel to the camel on the cigarette box. Possibly. I can't deny it. I can't refute it. It could be possible. Paige say, Lord, there are way too many con artists out there. I bet somebody said he favored Jay-Z and he took it and ran with it. Him and the mama before she passed. I hope she repented before she left here. The whole story made up. This sick. Mm-hmm. And that other man that's done paid that child support, he should be able to sue them some kind of way too. Something. Y'all done made this man pay all that money, then turn around. Oh, he 18 now. He's not your kid no more. Renee say that's messed up. A 10-year scam, money grab. When him and the caretaker already knew the mama knew another man was proven to be the father. Now, I did see online where somebody said, yeah, trying to get that boy 2 daddies. Trying to get 2 daddies. I mean, that's ambitious. It's hard enough to get you 1, but they tried to get him 2. Tried to get him 2. But yeah, somebody funding the filings. That's true. Because we saw Britt Edie couldn't pay to file her papers against Bravo, but somebody helping him pay to file his. Paige say so him and his godmama is pulling this after the mama died, it appears. That's what it looked like. Hey, Ian the Court Junkie, thank you for being 149, nephew. So who is really the pappy? The one from 1994? That one. That one, that's the one. But this the thing. Y'all, do y'all think Jay-Z might end up popping some of these platforms that's been running with this story and like using verbiage like it's true and making multiple videos on this stuff? Because y'all know I don't touch this kind of stuff. I don't. I like to wait till the outcome, because if you get in it and start just taking people's word for stuff, you can look crazy. And I knew from the beginning, don't trust this. I didn't trust it from the beginning. Y'all weren't gonna get me to open my big mouth. Not on this. Do y'all think it's possible that he might start popping some of these platforms? Because I know platforms that made buku videos. Oh, Jay-Z's son, he need to take care of his son. He not taking care of his son. It's Beyonce's fault he not taking care of his son, only to find out somebody else is that baby Pepe. Say it's possible Jay-Z can sue for defamation. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know, y'all. See, this is one of the reasons I don't be lying on people, because look what happened every time. So I don't know if he's going to, but he should. It don't look good. Siobhan, I'm only if he desperate, in my opinion. Why would he have to be desperate to pop people for lying on him? Everybody ain't gonna let you lie on him, and I be trying to tell y'all this, but don't nobody believe me or listen to me. Everybody is not gonna be cool with people like repeatedly lying on them. Like, that's all I'm saying. Right, clickbait. But that clickbait is not worth it, because people are suing these days. Y'all seen what happened to Milagro Graham with Lil Megan case. You got to be careful lying on folks. Look what happened to Tasha K. You got to be careful. These people ain't playing, man. Everyone have a good night. All right, love my dogs too. Say, talk to you later, sis. Say, wait. So did the other man that was paying child support find out later that he was not the father by DNA? Ain't none of that been recorded. The court told her, you can't come and tell us now it's another man 16, 17 years later. You done gave us a daddy. So that daddy was the court of record the whole time. And then she went back to tell the court, oh, he the daddy now. Wasn't nothing about no DNA. Siobhan say pick and choose your battles. Yeah, I mean, you pick and choose who you lying on, or stop lying on people. Like, y'all can't listen, man. Don't do it, because it's getting sticky out here. It's getting sticky out here. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. And first of all, people should have never been comfortable saying stuff about people that ain't true. No way. I still, and Peanut will tell you, I done asked her, I'm like, who made these niggas? Because why do y'all feel comfortable lying on folks? Like, why are you not uncomfortable? Renee says public social media harassment. It is too. It is too. Now, why would you put that out there and you don't know that to be true? And 50 Cent is, let me tell you something, 50 Cent is petty enough to actually sue you. And I'm going to leave your name right there, because I'm not finna open my mouth and say that. If anybody gets sued, he got your first and last, your whole government, sis. Be careful. It's sharks in these waters. Be careful. Don't think of these people rich that they not petty. They don't care if you're a whole nobody. If you lying on them, you don't know what's going to happen. I have never heard that rumor, and I'm not going to go repeating that. And you might want to be careful too till you know something. Nina say, oh, after Meg went against Milagro, Jay'll be coming for YouTuber channels. Hey, if the YouTuber was telling lies, I mean, I pray for you. I don't know what else to do because I ain't lied on nobody. Even say they was dragging Jay like he was on trial. They drug him after that lady made up that crazy story, and it was up there with that stuffed bunny rabbit and fire bubbles and dirty fingernails. And then when that mess turned out to be a lie, everybody got quiet after they done made 11 videos about it. Adrian Marie say, no, Jay isn't seeing these platforms. Too many had ran with it. I don't know who told you that. Who told you that? All they got to do is pick one person and make a example. It was a lot of people lying on Megan too, but she sure picked Milagro out the bunch, and now she on trial. A lot of people lied on Cardi B too, but she grabbed Tasha K and ended up with a $4 million settlement, $4 million payout. So y'all better be real careful. Make sure when you if you tell something, tell the truth. If you don't know it's true, just be like, look, this is what the people saying. I'm not going to get too much into it because I'm telling you, I ain't got nothing on your lawyer. I'm going to tell you that up front. I ain't got nothing on it. So I'm not going to encourage you to lie on nobody. Paige say, yep, everybody want to go viral. But how funny is it when you catch a lawsuit? It's not. It's not. Nikki about to get deported messing with these people. Yes, she better be careful because I don't know if Nikki legal or not. I hope she is. And you know, with Trump in there, you don't know if that'll even help you. Trump crazy as hell. Trump will be done mess around and got your paperwork and said that you lied about question number 4, 11, and 15 and have you on a boat. So, that's all I'm saying. It's just not worth it. I wouldn't do it. Now, anybody else want to do it, go with God. I don't know what else to say. Yvette say, but if he sues for defamation, won't they need a DNA test to prove? No, because all he got to say is you didn't have one to prove and you ran around saying it like it was a matter of fact when it wasn't. Especially when they can go pull court documents that prove that somebody else was named as the daddy and was on child support. They can pop you. Showglow say, I don't think he'll sue because a good lawyer will prove it is for him to do. No, that is not going to help you. It's not going to help you. Like I'm telling you, y'all ain't got to listen to me. Go say whatever you want to say about these people. Just don't call me when they get you. B-Licious say Milagro deleted over 20,000 text messages. Yeah, between her and that midget daddy. She did. Toria say, so was the boy even receiving the money from the child support? How can you undo all of that? That's a court order. You can't undo it. Can't undo it. Okay. Ever since Cardi won, a lot of these celebrities is not playing with y'all no more. Some of us be trying to quietly tell you, be careful what y'all say about them people. Because, those of us with a brain, we're not going to do it. We're not doing it. Siobhan say Tasha knew that stuff by Cardi wasn't true. I saw it in real time. Me too. She was pissed that Cardi reached out, trying to bribe her with seeing culture and money. Tasha let her bribe. No, Tasha was pissed off because she wanted that girl to come on her platform and she wouldn't do it. That's what Tasha was really mad about, like she did Derek Jackson and got played because that girl that was like, oh, I'm one of the mistresses was actually lying. Like Tasha get too busy trying to be vindictive. Renee say there's something with 50 Cent. He's off. He's giving me not like us vibes. Yeah, something off with him, but I ain't finna say he did nothing and I don't know he did it. And I don't like 50. I ain't never liked him. I don't even like his face. Actually, Toria, saying allegedly, that don't even really protect you either. Because if they can get the context of how you said it, and they can, say that you said allegedly, but you were still leading people to believe that these were statements of facts or whatever, you could still get caught up. That one word won't save you. It won't. You have to be very intentional with your wording and just don't tell lies on people. Divine Ms. M say like Sealy, He can tell friends and enemies. Paul, not my real Paul. Yeah. Paul, not Paul. Say facts. You would think after Cardi's lawsuit, folks would learn. Don't believe fat meat greasy. Okay. Hey, Sasha Ellis. What's up, girl? Good to see you. Say Nikki already said she never did her paperwork when she turned 18. She didn't do her paper. Listen. It's too many people sick of Nikki for her to be telling people she ain't did her paperwork. So if Nikki got deported, it would help America kick her off outside of the internet. She's still gonna plague us online. Yeah, he's not normal. Now that I'll say. I remember that interview she did with Derek Jackson Mistress. That was the time. Yeah. And the woman wasn't even the mistress. And she bragged about misleading Tasha because she was so busy trying to be vindictive because the man didn't want to partner with her. They gonna ask the jury, would a reasonable person believe what you were saying? That question is hell. Yes, it is. So I heard this man through Tasha K. He was on the radio show. Do I guess Jay could start with her? I don't know. Tasha K simply gave him a platform to talk. That's all I'm going to say. It's just not cute. Hey, Shakuru. It's not cute. It's a messed up situation. So let's talk about who else might end up in court very shortly. And I do mean might, heavy on the might. So remember I had told y'all a week before last, maybe, that the president of France had Donald Trump to call Candace Owens to her house on her personal phone to beg her to stop her series, the documentary, where she did research to find out information about the allegations that the president of France's wife has a Peter whacker. Okay. Now, Candace was like, well, if he's stalling the deal, the peace deal between Ukraine and Russia, I'll do it. But how long you want me to stall it? Because I'm still going to release it. So Trump was trying to get her to just don't tell the story. Just don't tell the story, whatever. She was like, nah, we ain't doing that. But tell me how long and I'll hold back so y'all can handle business. And she felt like, how petty are you that you telling the president to call a social media personality to not report or post a documentary, or else you're going to hold up peace talks where people are losing their lives every day. And if I'm going to be honest, that was a fair take. Not Candace's biggest fan for different reasons. But I don't think she was wrong, because you can do a documentary, you can pull up information, and you can draw conclusions and say what you believe based on the information that you pulled up. Now, I know a lot of folks got excited, like, oh, yay. And I'm like, why are you cheering? Because, yeah, free speech, as long as you're not being libelous, meaning to put the lies in print, or, making defamatory statements. Now, Candace has an 8-part series called Becoming Brigitte. And so she's interviewing people from the area, people who knew them and whatever. Now, I don't know if y'all aware, I don't know if I should say lady, dude, lady. I believe Brigitte is a dude lady. I don't know that to be a fact, but I believe that it's possible that Brigitte is a dude lady. Okay. But we're aware that this person was 30-something years old when they met. I hate this. When her met Emmanuel Macron, who is now the president of France. They said he was actually his teacher. Well, the person was actually his teacher. Now, some of the stuff in Candace's documentary, some of the information does allege or lead people to believe that they could possibly have blood relation to each other. Don't know whether it's true, don't know whether it's not true, but you can't tell somebody if they make a documentary, they can't release it because what they found and the people they interviewed said things you didn't like. Doesn't work like that. The other problem with this so-called lawsuit is that Brigitte Macron you know, the old person who's married to Emmanuel Macron, just lost in court already because she tried to sue 2 other people over there in France, saying that, you know, they said, you know, they believed that she was a dude, and that she said that was defamatory because they said they believed she was a dude. My thing is, they got a right to say they believe that. They didn't say they know for a fact. They didn't say they saw your wee willy winky. They didn't say they saw your buccal swab from your jaw. They didn't say none of that. They said they believe it. So they found somebody to say, oh, they need to pay a fine. Those young ladies appealed. It was 2 of them. And the court said, absolutely not. They will not be paying a fine. They will not be paying a fine. It was overturned. So Brigitte Macron has already lost in France. So now she has come to file a case in Delaware against Candace Owens for releasing her 8-part documentary, Becoming Brigitte. See, now this is what, you know, some of the clear folks is calling the Streisand effect. Whereas your attempt to silence someone or to hide something is now making people more interested. Because for me, I heard about it. I had very little interest at all. I chuckled and moved on. But now, since you made such a big deal, I'm absolutely going to. Now I want to watch Becoming Brigitte. Now I'm very interested in the information that Candace found that has you so rattled. You're a public figure. You're a public figure in a foreign country. And what foreign people in America think about you or believe about you shouldn't matter that much. Because I would like to draw your attention to Michelle Obama. Now, while I can't stand her husband for nothing, I likes Michelle. Michelle was insulted. Michelle was called a man. Michelle was maligned. She was picked on. People photoshopped pictures, tried to make it look like she had male genitalia. They made all kind of memes and caricatures and cartoons of her with a monkey's face. Like, you're in the public. So people are going to have opinions of you and thoughts of you, and people are going to make fun of you, and people are going to say very mean things about you. But one thing we did not see Michelle Obama do was go suing people because you hurt her feelings because you claim you believe she's a man. This woman that we've seen her childhood pictures of her being a girl, and we ain't seen one childhood picture of Brigitte Macron as a girl. Not one. Not one, while she sits there resembling Chevy Chase. Not one. So while I don't ordinarily go up for Candace, I'm absolutely going to go watch Becoming Brigitte because now I'm absolutely interested. Right, Adrienne Marie, I wasn't interested in before, but I'm definitely interested now. I'm definitely interested now. Now I'm going to go watch it. Now she's going to get a view. Yeah, I didn't care until now. Now that you got the nerve to think you can come all the way over here to America to tell us what we can't say about you, while constantly begging for money from over here. Oh yeah, now I want to see it. We talking about that already. They're not gonna get a dime. We're not gonna get a dime. Yeah, she like to rise above. I ain't with none of that. The Streisand effect. Well, you know why they call it that, right? They said it had something to do with somebody, I guess, working for the city or the county that was taking a picture of some topography, and Barbara Streisand's house was like off in the distance and could be seen in the picture. Nobody knew it was her house. Nobody paid attention to it. It had been downloaded maybe 12 times total or a little better than that. Nobody cared. The minute she tried to get it down and made a big stink, then it blew up and went everywhere. Now everybody knows it's your house and everybody knows where it is. So literally, Brigitte, by you making such a big deal about her going to your hometown and questioning people and asking for pictorial records and trying to find people who knew you and people who knew how you met Emmanuel Macron and when y'all ran into each other. Apparently, they were saying they met when he was initially 14, and now they've changed the story to 15. Because apparently in France, y'all, them people so creepy. Their age of consent is 15. So apparently over there, if you're 15, a grown person can come and rub their dirty, greasy antiquated genitals on you, and it's not illegal. Them some strange folks. Okay, strange folks. And yeah, you saw a breakdown of it, but I'm going to go watch the documentary from the person who actually made it. And I'm sure I won't get confused because I watch documentaries and I sit through lectures and I love to take notes. There you go. Hi, Wanja Ndorongo. She said Candace based her entire series on a book. Why not sue the author of the book? Why not sue the first person who told us that you were a dude? Why not do that? Maybe because you can't track it because so many people think you're a dude. Hey, good girl. Thank you for being number 157. So that's it and that's all. And I'm going to say this. While Candace ain't exactly my sort of people, I'm not going not one time cheer or hope that the Clears from France can sue her for doing a documentary, taking her time and money, flying to France, interviewing people, and collecting information to do a documentary on you. You're a public figure. You were very much involved in things that were going on over here. Very much involved. So it's okay if people take time to pay attention to you. I think we should. We should pay attention to you. I think anybody who has their hands in America's pockets, we should pay attention to you. Don't y'all think so? I think so. Mostly I was going to say he may have been trafficked. He wasn't. He was still in his hometown. And they say that Brigitte was one of his teachers. But they're saying that it wasn't as Brigitte. Siobhan say the French have been known to be, how do you say, more actually liberated. Their words, not mine. Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out how deranged, lascivious behavior is liberation. Paige say, I usually watch Sisters Lives on my phone, but I can barely see the pics of the chat. Oh, okay. You mean the everybody pictures. I'm watching on the big screen today. Oh, she said, y'all cute. You cute too, girl. But yeah, so that's what's going on in a nutshell. I guess we just got to watch and see what else happens with, I guess we got to watch and see, what else happens with this story with Jackie and then let's see what else comes out with that. And Riley, y'all, what we going to do about this situation? Because, and this is how we going to end it, but I need to know what y'all think about this. I would never watch that show. Number one, I'm too old and I'm just not I'm not that interested in watching children hang out. Like, I don't want to, if I wanted to watch children, I have children. I have nieces. I have lots of kids I can watch. I'm not getting on no television to watch no children. But the clips of this show are stressful. And I really want to know what y'all think about all of this. Watching these people constantly attack this baby, watching her become emotional because they're messing with her. And I'm watching her say, like, you know, if I talk, it's a problem. If I don't talk, it's a problem. You know, she's saying she gonna just keep her stuff to herself. You know, I'm just keep what I got to say to myself and all that, right? However, I did not like watching. Is that little girl on there? Is that Teresa Giudice's daughter? Is that who that is? Is that Teresa from New Jersey's daughter on there? Because I believe that's who I saw. Unless it's just another young person that looks as strange as Teresa's daughter. Because that looked like Teresa's daughter. That was talking to her about something she said, and you need to watch how you say things. And it was just, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I felt like it was a bit much watching somebody that's that far beneath her tell her to watch how she says things, and then to hear the young people on the show saying, you know, the only, you know, two that stuck up for her, finally somebody spoke up for her, and saying, y'all can't sit here and say what you're thinking, because she stopped herself and she didn't say what she was thinking. Say it. And then when she says it, oh, I don't like the way you said it. The idea, the gall, that young woman, that one there especially, when Teresa Giudice is your mama, and I don't really have no problem with Teresa no more, especially after I felt bad because I got conned like everybody else with Melissa. But when your mama is Teresa Giudice, you do not get to tell other people to watch how they say things, and you have to be careful. Girl, your mama has talked to people really disgusting. Your mama has said horrible things to people. We watched you growing up on that television screen say horrible things to your own mama. It's giving jealousy. It's given, especially from her, just the look on her face. It was like, oh, I get to make her feel away because you feel away in your real life because your mama and your daddy is both criminals. Your daddy got deported before the ICE raids and was hoping Trump would let him come back. And don't realize Trump ain't studying you. Him not that wig ain't studying you. You feel less than, so you want to make her feel away. Your mama done jumped up and married this man with his face, you know, frozen in the same position, and everybody's constantly attacking them online, talking about his debts and old business deals and this, that, and the third. You feel away. So it was all over her face, like she was enjoying Riley being uncomfortable. Yeah, I ain't even excited about no tax problems page, to be honest, because anybody can have tax problems. It's called You Made Money. People who ain't never had no tax problems is people who ain't made no money. So I'm not excited about that. And like I said, I don't, you know, I don't hate Teresa, but the facts is the facts. Teresa's daughter is sitting up there as somebody who is far less privileged than Riley Burruss. And I think what's going on in that house, and I believe what we're seeing in that house, is a bunch of clear children who are triggered that there is a fully phenotypically Black girl in that house who they can't other. They can't treat her like she's beneath them. They can't act like she's a charity case. They can't use their normal microaggressions of talking about, ooh, this is ghetto and whatever, because they know that baby ain't never spent a night, or the dirt from the ghetto ain't never touched the sole of her little foot. So because they can't use stereotypes and, you know, talk down to her and use, you know, like I said, their microaggressions and their racial subtext in their verbiage to make her feel bad, they're just going to pretend that she's threatening them and and pretend like somehow she's intimidating them and pretend like she's being aggressive to them. She can breathe, and they're gonna say, oh, it was aggressive, because everything else has been nullified. All the rest of that has been is null and void. You can't say ghetto because she's not. You can't say, oh, I mean, I know like y'all don't be reading books. You can't do that because she's a college grad. You can't, you know, try to use ebonics with her. We saw the little clear boy, the one that's almost 30 years old, picking with her doing this when the child ain't never spoke like that a day in her life. You've never seen her doing this, but that's what he was doing. Trying to mock her with stereotypes concerning Black people. This is abusive. While I am certain Riley signed a contract to get through this show, I pray that she does not sign another one. This sort of behavior is why I don't watch Basketball Wives, because I didn't like how they treated OG, and I absolutely do not like the way they exploit and mishandle Jackie Christie. It's one of the reasons why I had stopped watching RHOA for a little while. Absolutely the reason I stopped watching Married to Medicare. I just don't like it. And I think this is kind of really even more triggering. And I'm just telling y'all how I feel. And y'all please tell me how y'all feel too. I feel like it's even more triggering because she is a young girl. And I'm watching them do that to her, especially that old crusty one that's almost 30. And I'm watching them do this to this beautiful young black girl. And she's not only young, but she's outnumbered. She's outnumbered. She is surrounded by people who are aggressive and abusive toward her on national TV in an attempt to humble and humiliate her. It's triggering. I'm being honest. I don't watch the show, and at this point, I don't want to see clips on social media. Yep, and they coming for Jackie through her children. Yep. Because when they're not her match, it's like, well, let's see if we can get her children to help attack her because we're not her match. Paige say, yes, I can see clips and it's painful to watch. Very painful to watch. Very painful to watch. Yeah, they think highly of themselves, but they also perpetuate dangerous stereotypes, and they do so to other black women, and they do it in a way that's very, very violent. They do it in a violent way, and I don't mean as in swinging hands. You know, the constant calling other black women who are accomplished broke. You know, stuff like that. The constant attacks on one cast member for purchasing and selling houses and then building and selling houses. No one else you wouldn't do that to anyone else, but because your sister is black, you're doing that. You're weaponizing the way they live against them, and you're using it as a way to call them broke, because calling a black woman broke is not just calling her broke. What you're doing is that's your way of calling her Igga with a hard R. It's not cute. Outside the box say, I don't catch either, but Riley should go ahead and give them what they want. Nice, nasty, of course. But she's not comfortable. She's not comfortable. And I feel like if that's not her nature, no black girl should be forced to behave in a way that's not in her nature because other people cannot control themselves around her. That's not a her problem. That's a them problem. That's a them problem. That's not a her problem. Honestly. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not cute. Oh, she built a house. She sold that house. Or she building another house. Why not just say congratulations? That's great. Oh, I want to see what it looks like. She ain't got no job. She ain't got no job. She ain't got no job. Y'all do know that's a form of racism toward black women, right? You didn't know? You know, during World War I, there were black codes. If y'all not aware, if you'd like me to educate you, please put a 1 in the chat. So when you sit up and you see a black woman who is a housewife and you attack her for being a housewife, let alone the fact that she's getting a check for being on that show. Hey, Maybelline, thank you for being 160. Let alone that she's getting a check for being on that show. A black woman being a housewife, and you're steady yelling, she ain't got no job. She ain't got no job. She ain't got no job. That is a form of racism toward black women. She's a housewife. That is a job. Oh, I see a couple of ones. So y'all were not aware that that was racism. Well, let me help you. During World War I, a lot of black mothers, wives and mothers, you know, that was back when our men were still men. You know, during that lovely time, that beautiful time when our men were still men. They were something to see, weren't they? You say, who did that? Them heifers on Merit to Medicare. They were so bothered and angry about Toya Bush Harris being a housewife. During World War I, a lot of those wives and mothers were able to stop working because their husbands joined the U.S. military, and they were sending their government stipends back home. And so that afforded these women the ability to stay home, to keep house, to tend to their children, and to not leave the home. Clear women started complaining, so much so that they went to, that I believe it was in Greenville. They went to their husbands and to the politicians and to the judges, and they complain because they didn't have domestic workers anymore. Because see, it wasn't a bunch of Mexicans to come clean their houses. They wanted Black women to be forced to do their housework and raise their children for them. To hell with your own children, come raise mine. I don't have a Black woman to wash my clothes. I don't have a Black woman to help me make sure little Johnny's room is clean. And so they complained to their men, and their men were the ones who made the laws. And so they created Black laws and put them on the books that if Black women remained at home and did not get jobs, they could be fined for large amounts of money and also put in jail if they were not gainfully employed. So see, even your attitudes towards your sisters are colored by clear supremacy, by white supremacy. And you don't even realize it. So when you see a sister being a housewife and she's taking care of her home and her family and she's balancing the budget and she's driving them around and doing this, doing that, and she's active in the church and whatnot, it's racist as hell for you to sit up and say, she ain't got no job. You don't even know why. You don't even know why you feel like that. You don't even know why you feel like that. Stop doing that to other Black women. It's sick. It's sick. Very sick. So no, I could not continue to watch Married to Medicare. They perpetuate the worst of the worst. Not to mention, y'all got Jackie up there. Miss, you know, Black women, when they pregnant, they cry wolf. They lie all the time. They perpetuate a whole lot of white supremacist values toward other Black women. So no, I can't watch them. Plus, they were perfectly comfortable to work with Mass and them to try to steal a whole show from a sister that put them on. No, I can't watch them. I low-key be looking at y'all crazy for watching them. I could never. I could never. Ain't but so much of that I can swallow. Ain't but so much of that I can swallow. I'll leave that for y'all. But yeah, that's all I got on that. But yeah, I really hope that Riley don't do another season on that show. I hope Candy gets her off of there and tells her, don't you sign another contract with these people. Give little Riley her own show or something. I'll watch her if we just got to keep her numbers up. But I don't want to see no more of that. I don't want to see no more of that. Like, that's abusive. It's hard to watch. I don't like seeing that young lady looking like she's about to cry. It's a lot. Yep. She say Black women get over dramatic when they're pregnant. It was the crying wolf comment for me. They be lying, you know, they just want time off work. Maybe she's really hurting. Maybe you should consider that so she can keep her life. Renee says, oh, yeah, that was nasty work when she said that about pregnant Black women. But I mean, but y'all love them, though. Woo, woo. Watch Married to Medicare. What do I know? Well, listen, y'all. That's it and that's all for right now. So I'm going to slide up out of here. I appreciate you guys. This was so much fun. And when I say I appreciate you, I mean for real. I appreciate y'all. I want to say a special thank you to my girl, Love My Dogs Too, to Tracy Lashley for supporting the stream. I want to also say a special thank you to my girl, Jai Star, and to Paige for getting her crown back. All right. So y'all know what time it is. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, I'm going to need you to please hit the like button. Hit your notification. Subscribe if you haven't already, because you know we're happy to have you here. And if you want to get guaranteed notifications, join Discord, because they always know when I'm going live. They don't ever miss, okay? Also, if you want to join channel membership, like Paige and put your crown on, there's a join button at the bottom of the video and a membership link in the description box. Now, also in the description box, we have the link for my book, Little Girl, Big World, which is a survival guide for girls who are leaving home for the first time. Let's keep our daughters safe. Make sure every girl you know got one. If you don't hit the link in the box, go to Amazon.com and just type in my first name and it will pop right up, okay? We got the link for our Amazon wish list, my Amazon wish list. We got the link for our Amazon storefront so we can all shop together. You for your house, me for mine. We got the link for our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear and represent the royal family. Okay. Also, we got links for other books that are on Amazon and all that good stuff. So listen, y'all, enjoy the rest of your evening. You know, as always, be positive, be productive, encourage the ones around you. Make sure you always keep some energy to encourage yourself, okay? Always. And in case no one else says it to you, always remember, God loves you, I love you, and there is nothing you can do about it. Talk to y'all again soon, okay?